Game week 20 is still happening. We got one more game, but we got to talk about our transfer plans for game week 21. Although the main advice here is to hold, and I'll tell you why in just a sec. I'm Kat, the host at Fancy Football G. Guys, please join me in this episode. So, without further ado, let's get into it. All right, guys. I know I cut myself off a bit there in the intro, but don't worry, I got this. I got this. Guys, just gotta start off by saying Fantasy Football has still got their 30-day free trial for Fantasy Football Hub's tools. I am using that. You can see that's all here on this dashboard for you guys. You can see Fantasy Football G league over there at the bottom of there. You can check out my rank here, my current rank, live rank as the game week is going on, and many more other great tools like price rises and falls and many different stuff as well. So check that out. Grab the link in the description below. Go and get it. It really is helpful for you guys. Honestly, amazing tool. So let's get into this. My game week. First, gonna recap a bit about my game week 20, and then just to give you a bit of context as what I'm thinking for game week 21. And then we're also going to talk about strategy, right? Like, I think it's still a big thing. There's also the chip strategy, which I do want to do an entirely different video for that. But right now, we're just going to talk about the strategy as well as my transfer. So for game week 20, I got another red arrow. I feel like I am spiraling down the ranks, and I'm really just trying to keep a calm, collective head. All right. And in all essence, honestly, I think that's really needed when it comes to FPL, and it's really just like you're downward. And right now, I'm at the point where I'm at the worst. I'm ranked the worst I've ever been so far this season. So I've gone lower than I've ever been this season. So I think straight away you'd be like, panic. But it just hasn't been going well, like whatever decision. And like, the funny thing is, like I was saying, if you watched the previous video, I was like, oh, okay, if you want to go differential captain, you should captain Mboimo. What does the guy go and do? I mean, that's what I'm here for, to advise, boom, he goes and performs. And I also gave that advice to my friend. I was saying the exact same video for a differential captain like Isak, and boom, he went and performed. So like clearly maybe I should be going with my other decisions instead of like the actual ones I follow through with. But I guess I'm just maybe not that brave. Maybe not. So yeah, Raya blanked along with any other Arsenal assets which I have on the bench. Gabriel, I just felt like that is exactly what was going to happen, and that what happened. We're not even going to talk about the VAR weekend, referee weekend that we had. Yeah, the refereeing is just, I think it's an entire video on its own as well. Munoz as well blanked. I think he came close a lot of the times. It's just really disappointing considering the hope that we all had when he came in. But we can't deny that he's getting close. Like he's in those parts with those opportunities. The thing is just that either he's striker or person that he's passes to just doesn't finish it off. And Matata had a very good chance in the beginning of the first half, just scraped past the pole there. So it's a lot of frustration there in the defense for me. Virgil van Dijk, I did have him originally on the defense, but my thinking there was once I heard Konate is back in the defense in training, I thought to myself, well, there it is. Maybe they could get back into like great defensive performance with him and Allison behind them as well. I didn't think Man United could show up. Yes, it's a derby and anything can happen. I'm one who's always said that. I even said in the previous video, but I was just like, nah, Konate is back. I mean, like, Man United's in bad form. I'm pretty sure they can, hold them back at Anfield, And yeah, it was a very good end-to-end game. I watched that one with my wife actually at a restaurant/bar nearby. That was really great. She actually enjoyed it herself. And then Robinson as well, disappointing, really disappointing there. It is what it is. Gibbs White still to play, Sa as well. I think same comments as I had from Munoz, and then Palmer coming through. You know how he does. He ticks along up and down. And then Mo Salah is Mo Salah. What can you say? Watkins, very disappointing. I felt like the decision to go with him didn't work. I probably should have gone with a Wisa or a Raul Jimenez, but I'm not going to despair. I'm just going to stay there for now, but I'm not going to stick for long, to be honest, if he's not performing. That's a lot of money right there to be blanking. So definitely we'll move it into different assets if I have to. And then Wood is still to play tonight with Isak. Um, Isak performing as usual. So that's the team. I think let's go straight into my transfer plans or my strategy. But before I do that, guys, please hit the like button. Really, really would appreciate it. I am the aim of the game for this video is 10 likes, really just 10 likes. And if you're loving the content, please hit that subscribe button. I am on the road to 250, aiming for 500 subscribers. So really, really would appreciate the help. Yeah, thanks, guys. Thank you. So strategy right now is to just keep going for it. I think I mentioned this in my previous video that like I haven't been this far up in my previous seasons before, and I've had other good seasons, but like this is like I feel like a season where I'm like, dude, it's either you go for it or you don't, and I'm far off right now. I'm so far off and demoralized, but I still feel the same way. Like it's either I go for it or I don't. And having said that, what I mean is finding opportunities. And so I think let's go on to what my team looks like for next week and just share that with you guys. So next week, this is what my team looks like so far. I think an opportunity we have here, let's talk about captaincy because Mo Salah is going to be playing a good defense being Nottingham Forest at Nottingham Forest ground. And we know that that is the only game in which they lost this season so far, which was at Anfield, surprisingly as well. So we know that they'll be tough. That Mo Salah will have a tough game. He can definitely scrape a goal, absolutely, like without a doubt. It's Mo Salah. I think he's in such form where he can score a goal in any game this season. But the question is to whether or not he can score two goals and have an assist as well and outperform the actual selected captain for the game week. So, for example, Isak, I think, is an opportunity. The type of opportunities I was mentioning in the previous game weeks with Mbeumo and even Isak. He's playing against Wolves at home, and he's in form. So much, almost the same form as Mo Salah. He's like been scoring on the chart. I think like 5, 6 games in a row. I haven't had luck with captaining a striker this season. And so then that really leaves me with a Cole Palmer where the captaincy currently is. He's playing against Bournemouth at home. Bournemouth themselves really have been good here and there. The thing that doesn't make me confident about putting the captaincy on Cole Palmer is because Chelsea haven't been performing. That's the thing. They really haven't been performing. They've been drawing and drawing and drawing. And you kind of hope that, if you have the captaincy on someone like Cole Palmer, that, something could happen because, it's Palmer. He can randomly he could score 2 goals and assist 2 goals, So that's the one thing that's really giving me the doubts on captaincy anyway. And if I'm thinking really to just go safe, then I might just put it back on Salah. But my strategy again is to go for it. And so I think this is an opportunity for me to do that where Salah does have a tough game and the other players actually have a good game. So my thoughts here is to just go for it and put it on Isak actually, and hope that Salah has a tough game where he probably even just only gets an assist and Isak can actually get 2 goals and an assist as well. Hopefully even where Salah could even blank. And that essentially is the strategy here, is to really just go differential even as far as captaincy, but still at the moment try and maintain being in those top ranks and differential in a few key areas. So like if I go differential in captaincy, I'll try keep a somewhat template team, which I know this season hasn't necessarily been easy with all the options that we've had, but I've got my Gibbs White. If I really want to put him in, then I'll put him in. Um, but I think, Sa, Rogers, Salah, and Palmer is very tempered considering my captaincy is very differential. So I'll have like the differential Watkins there as well. Munoz is currently differential. I say Sa's somewhat template, even though he hasn't got the ownership. He's got the ownership really in the top ranks. So those are the guys I'm really trying to get over. Not really in the majority. um, yeah, and then having Virgil van Dijk on the bench as well. And we'll see. In terms of transfers, I think more so because I'm holding back because also we've got FA Cup and the Carabao Cup semi-finals. Arsenal's going to be playing in the midweek as well, and so we want to see what the outcome is there in terms of players' fitness and any injuries that might occur. That is the advice that I'm also giving you guys as well. There, I think hold off. You really need to see what happens to players. I think this season as well, it's just like a lot of players are prone to injury, and that could be because of a lot of minutes really. So hold off there. I don't have any plans, in all honesty. I think the team I have is very good. Um, yeah, I can feel them very well. Watkins over there is showing to have very low points predicted. I think because we know that Duran currently can play, but he has been charged, and we haven't received any feedback from them. So I actually held on to went for Watkins because I believe that the results of those charges will actually come up um, before they actually play Everton, because the games are not going to be this week; they're going to be somewhat next week. I think 8 days away. So 8 days, 7 days away, like a whole week later, basically. So um, I think by that time we'll know whether or not Durant's playing, and I think the mere fact that he's charged, I think they have appealed it. I think he'll have a ban or something, and that's exactly what I was thinking. So I was like, I'm still happy to have Watkins play Everton and Leicester. So hopefully he can get something from there as well. So yeah, that's my thinking right there, and the strategy is go differential, really differential when the opportunity avails itself, like now with captaincy, and then keep the team somewhat template. And then if I'm going to go template with captaincy, try and have a lot of good differentials really around. So I might really roll my transfer. I think my team is good enough to roll my transfer. That's where I am currently. But we'll speak again in my team selection video closer to the actual deadline, and then yeah, see. But yeah, you guys let me know what you think. Should I roll my transfer? Is there another opportunity that I'm not seeing in the fixtures? Really, really would love to know, and then hit that like button as well as subscribe. Really, really would appreciate that help on the road to 50 subscribers. Check out some content I've got for you guys here and here, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.